At the heart of it, I think Barry is really one of those people that is mission-driven, who really wants to make the world a better place.
He leads from a deep personal core and commitment to the things he believes in.
He's worked in finance, he's worked in the private sector, he's worked in the public sector.
He's like a walking history book of the oil and gas industry in Texas, and he's incredibly well-dressed.
In 2005, Professor Smitherman oversaw the establishment of competitive renewable energy zones. What that meant for Texans was that there was more renewable power on the grid. The transmission lines that ran from West Texas to East Texas had to be efficient, they had to be reliable, and they had to be cost-effective.
When Barry and I were working together at the Public Utility Commission of Texas, it was an incredibly exciting time. The market had just opened. We were making all kinds of decisions that would drive the market and change the market and cause the market to develop, and Barry really worked hard at that.
I think to say it transformed the state would be an understatement. I think it transformed an industry that transcended just Texas.
The Railroad Commission is the oldest regulatory agency in the state. We like being the oldest, and we like being, I think, the most important when it comes right down to it, since we are regulating oil and gas. Barry came to the Railroad Commission from the Public Utility Commission, or the PUC. But he also had been in the business industry on the business side before. Being able to combine all those skills and all of that expertise, I think, makes him a unique public servant.
A lot of the work that he did when he was at the Railroad Commission and at the Public Utilities Commission was about creating policy that made the lives of Texans better.
I've known Barry for the last 3 years. We've had the great fortune of having him on our board of directors. As a public electric and gas utility, Barry's experience is simply unique. Not only does he have time that he served with the Texas Railroad Commission, but he also served as chair of the PUC. And that gives him the added perspective of not only where regulation has been, but where it's going.
We are at Brookwood in Georgetown, Texas. And we are a very out-of-the-box, innovative vocational and residential community for adults with special needs.
It is such an incredible privilege to have Barry not just involved, but leading big as the chairman of the board.
We are developing 127 acres at Grace Place, which will be our citizens' forever home.
The paradigm shift that we exist to create is a deep sense of belonging and a deep sense of self-value. One of my very favorite times of the entire week is Monday morning at 8:30 when our citizens show up to work. So many adults with special needs do not have the opportunity to do that. And what they don't see is all of Barry's work setting us up for success, and not just current success, but future success, decades of success. Barry is clearly a guy that any nonprofit or for-profit business would give an arm to have involved. And he's not compensated in any way other than hugs and thank yous from our citizens.
I think one of the biggest things I've taken out of Professor Smitherman's class and from interacting with him is how you approach large, complex problems. He understands that there's no one solution or no one product that's going to solve it.
He's incredibly knowledgeable, he's incredibly experienced, and he always has a vision for the future.
I think he knows that when he's teaching, he's looking at the future of Texas energy. And I think he wants to ensure that we're prepared to face the challenges that are going to come.